Good day, everyone. So, for today's video, I am going to discuss our last topic, Chapter 18, Preparation for Court Presentation. So, an important duty of a police officer is to testify in court. Police officers are used to testifying in court and they can present their evidences succinctly. Okay? The police collect evidence of the crime, including such things as weapons or illegal drugs and others. So, at trial, it is their duty to present those evidences that they found into the court. So, those counsel or those attorney will put those items into the court record and exhibits in the trial. Police officers take notes and write reports of their investigation, and they can refer to them while testifying. Police officers usually stand while testifying as a sign of respect to the court. Police may also testify as an expert witness. So, for example, a police officer could be a fingerprint expert or a ballistician, okay, a polygraphist, and others. So, the ultimate goal of a criminal investigation is determining the truth. The facts that will establish the innocence or guilt of people related to a crime. Here, as in all other phases of criminal investigation, objectivity, accuracy, and thoroughness are essential. Investigators are responsible for preparing cases for court and presenting testimony in court. Their role is critical in the quest for justice. So, from the receipt of initial complaint to court appearance, investigators play a key role in a criminal justice system. So, like what I have said in the previous video, that you might think that police officers are just driving around our town, they are just patrolling, they are just arresting fugitives of justice, okay, and so on. But also, ang isa pa po sa role nila is to testify in court. Because we all know that they are playing a very vital role in our criminal justice system kasi upon the receipt of the report, okay, pagka-receipt pa lang po ng report, okay, meron pong re-report sa kanila that there is an incident or a crime happen, doon pa lamang po nagsisimula yung yung process wherein bago po maging witness yung ating police officer doon sa loob ng court. Okay? That's why they are playing the key role in our system. So, what are the reasons for non-prosecution of criminal cases? So, ano ba yung mga dahilan bakit hindi po nagtutuloy sa kaso or sa hearing yung isang criminal case? Okay? Number one, the complaint is invalid. So, hindi po totoo or hindi po wasto yung complaint. That is one of the reason bakit po hindi po nagtutuloy yung case. The prosecutor declines after reviewing the case. Okay? Tinanggihan po ng prosecutor yung kaso kasi nga po, siguro, the prosecutor found out that there is no probable cause. Okay? Walang grounds para kasuhan yung tao na yon, siguro walang leads, walang mga witnesses, walang mga evidences na na-found. That's why the prosecutor declines it. Number 3, the complainant refuses to prosecute. Hindi na po nakipag-cooperate yung ating complainant or yung ating victim. The offender dies. Syempre naman po, pag namatay po yung ating accused or yung ating offender, syempre hindi na po magtutuloy yung kaso. or the offender is in prison or out of the country and cannot be returned. And also, there's no evidences or leads exist. So, yan po yung mga iba't ibang reason po bakit po hindi po napoprosecute yung mga criminal cases. So, to prepare a case for prosecution. So, ano ba yung mga preparation na dapat pong gawin ng ating mga police officer before they testify in the court? Okay, so number 1, review and evaluate positive and all evidences, either positive and negative. So, concentrate on proving the elements of crime and on establishing the offender's identity. So, it is very important that when you are evaluating the case, you need to establish or you need to prove na andoon po lahat yung elements ng crime para po makapag-establish ka din ng identity nung offender mo or yung fugitive of justice. Okay? Another is review all reports on the case. Review all written reports done during the completion of the investigation. Kagaya na lang po ng mga spot report, yung ating follow-up operation report. We have also the progress report and the final report. Okay, so you need to review all written reports during the investigation po kasi yun po yung magiging basis mo doon sa flow nung kaso. Okay? And then, prepare witness. So, how are you going to prepare the witnesses? So, you need to re-interview. Bakit po kailangan na i-re-interview yung mga witnesses? That is to refresh their memories. Read their previous statements to them and ask if evidence they will present in court. So, 'di ba karamihan po kasi pag for example, sobrang tagal na po yung kaso, syempre there is a possibility po na baka po nakalimutan na po ng witnesses yung mga naging statements nila dati. That's why you need to re-interview so that they will be able to refresh their memories. Okay? And then, prepare the final report. Okay. Final report contains, number 1, complaint. Includes the copy of original complaint received by the police dispatcher and complaint desk. This should include the date and time of the complaint, location of the incident, brief details, times when officers were dispatched, and the names of the officers assigned to the initial call. Okay? Bukod po sa complaint, dapat po meron din po yung tinatawag nating preliminary investigation report. Okay? The report of the officer's initial investigation at the crime scene provides essential information. Kasi po, after conducting preliminary investigation po, ito po yung pinakaunang report na gagawin ng ating mga kapulisan. That's why, napaka-essential po yung nilalaman or yung content po ng preliminary investigation report. Okay? It provides essential information on the arrival, yung pagdating po, lighting and wedding conditions, what was observed on the crime scene, and immediate and subsequent actions taken by the officers responding to the call. Ano ba yung ginawa ng police officer when he already confirmed na meron nga talagang nangyaring insidente or crime? Okay? Nandun din po yun sa preliminary investigation report. Another is follow-up reports. So, assemble each contact and follow-up report in chronological order, presenting the sequence of the investigation and pattern used to follow leads. Okay, so, ang follow-up reports po, kung gaano po karami yung pagpa-follow up mo dun sa case, okay, yun po lahat ang i-gather mo ng mga reports and then you prepare it chronologically or yung sunod-sunod. Okay? So that yung mga sequence ng pag-iimbestiga ay sunod-sunod din po. Okay? Hindi po maguluhan. Statements, admission, and confessions. Okay? Yung mga sinumpaang salaysay ng ating mga biktima, ng ating mga complainant. Okay? And also the admission and confessions. It includes all the statements, of all witnesses interviewed during the investigation. If written statements were not obtained, report the results of oral interviews with witnesses. Okay. And also laboratory reports. Assemble all laboratory results in one segment of the final report. Make recommendation on how those results related to the areas of report. So, ayan po, kung meron po mga annexes or mga supplementary reports po, gaya ng mga laboratory reports, pwede po yan i-assemble dun po sa final report. Okay. Photographs and sketches and drawings. Include photographs, sketches, and drawings of the crime scene to show conditions when officers arrive and what evidence was available. Okay? Naka-include na po dyan yung lahat ng photographs at lahat po ng sketches na ginawa po sa crime scene natin, because we have two sketches. We have the rough and the final sketch. Okay? Summary of negative evidence. Okay. Include summary of all negative evidence developed during the investigation. Kagaya po ng mga statement of witness claiming that the suspect was elsewhere at the time of the crime are sometimes proved false, diba? Meron po yung mga nag-aalibay na sometimes sabihin nila na wala siya dun sa crime scene kasi nakita ko siya sa ganitong lugar. So, ibig sabihin hindi po siya yung may gawa nung crime na yun. So, yun po yung mga examples po ng mga negative evidence. Pwede po din i-include yun. Okay? And then, if information exists that the crime was committed by the suspect, but that was done in self-defense, accidentally state this in the report. Include all recognizable where or proving the corpus delicti or the offender's identity. So, dapat po, kung sinasabi man po nila na yun ay nakumit lang po nung ating suspect by self-defense or accidente man yun, okay, still you need to put it on the summary of negative evidence because you still need to provide the identity of the offender. Next, hold a pre-trial conference with the prosecutor. So, magkaroon kayo ng pre-trial conference kasama po ng mga prosecutor or yung mga abogado. Okay? Para po i-review lahat ng evidence kasi po prosecution ka po. Ikaw po na police na magte-testify is doon ka po sa part ng prosecution, hindi po sa defendants. Okay? Kasi po ang tinutulungan mo po dito ay yung state natin and also the victims and complainants. Okay. Discuss the strength and weaknesses of the case. Ayan po, pag-usapan ninyo ng abogado kung ano ba yung mga weaknesses and the strengths nung kaso. Nang sa ganun, magkaroon kayo ng recommendation kung ano man po yung mga probable na pwede nyong gamitin para po mas mapalakas po yung kaso laban po dun sa suspect. Okay? Discuss the probable line of questioning by the prosecutor and the defense. Pag-usapan din ninyo bilang police officer na mag-witness for magte-testify po sa court kung paano ba or ano ba yung mga possible na itatanong na niya doon sa pagte-testify niya sa court, and ganun din po yung mga possible na itatanong nung defense counsel. Okay? Final preparation, so shortly before the trial, again, review your notes and your final report. Okay? Take with you only those notes you want to use in testifying. Check to be certain that the physical evidence is being taken to the courtroom and will be available for prosecuting attorney when needed. Also, make sure that laboratory technicians are available to appear when they are required. So, bago po magsimula yung hearing, syempre you need to review your notes para naman ma-refresh po ulit yung mind mo. Hindi ka po kakabahan when you are inside the courtroom or when you are already on the witness stand. Okay? Also, make sure daw po na nandyan po yung laboratory technicians. Nang sa ganun po, matestify din nila kung ano ba yung mga naging results sa laboratory. So, ito po yung mga gagawin mo when you are going to testify in court as a police officer. Okay? Know which courtroom you'll be testifying. Siyempre naman po, it is very important that you should be aware kung ano pong korte ka magte-testify. Baka naman po nawawala ka or iba po pala yung napasukan mong korte. Kasi nga po, pagka mga regional trial court, okay, marami po mga court yan, hindi lang po isa. So, you need to know what courtroom you'll be testifying. Number 2, do not discuss anything about the case in public or where your conversation may be overheard. Okay? So, take note po, wag na wag pong pag-uusapan yung kaso doon sa publiko wherein meron pong mga possible na makarinig. Okay? Letter C, treat people with respect as if they are the judge or juror in your cases going to trial. So, lahat po ng tao doon na mga kasama mo sa courtroom, you need to respect them kagaya po ng pagrespeto mo sa isang judge. Okay? Do not discuss your personal life, official businesses, biases, prejudices, likes and dislikes, or controversial subjects in public. Alangan naman po guys na when you are going to testify in court, nandun ka na sa loob ng korte, and then what you are doing is dinidiscuss mo yung personal life mo, yung love life mo, for example, or your official businesses, or whatsoever, okay? So, kung hindi po related yon sa kung ano po yung purpose mo ng pagpunta doon, wag na wag mo pong i-discuss yun, okay? Of course, judges and attorneys have little patience with officers appearing in court late. So, be on time. You know, you will be expected to be called to testify. Okay? Kung alam mo pong schedule mo, okay, na pagtitestify mo sa court, syempre naman po, you need to be on time. Okay? As much as possible po, mas maaga po kaysa sa scheduled date. Okay? Kasi po, konti lang po ang pasensya ng mga juror natin. Kapag tinawag ka na po, dapat nandoon ka na. Okay, nakakahiya naman yun kasi 'di ba, you are the police officer who is handling the case. Tinawag ka na, then wala ka pa rin. Nakakahiya naman yun. Okay. Dress appropriately. Look businesslike and official. If in uniform, it should be neat and complete. If not in uniform, sport coat and slacks are as appropriate as a business. But you need to take note, guys, that when a police officer is going to testify in court, lagi po na naka-uniform po yan. Okay? Para po ma-identify po na siya po yung investigator on case. Avoid contact with the defense counsel and any defense witnesses before testifying. Assume that they will try to get you to say something about the case to their advance. Okay? Wag na wag po, bilang police officer na magte-testify in favor po sa state natin, syempre, or dun sa ating complainant or victim, avoid mo pong makipag-contact kay defense counsel or doon sa mga defense witnesses. Okay, kasi there is a possibility na pwede ka nilang kausapin na baliktarin mo yung pangyayari, na sila yung iti-take advantage nila, sila yung mag-take advantage doon sa sasabihin mo, and so on. Okay, so para po ma-avoid po yung ganung pangyayari, i-avoid mo din po yung pakikipag-contact sa kanila. The main participants in the trial are, so ito po yung mga participants sa trial. Number 1 po, we have the judge. The judge will preside over the trial. Rules on the admissibility of the evidence and procedures, keeps order in the court, interprets the law, and passes sentence if the defendant is found guilty. So, yun nga po, magpe-preside po dyan sa lahat po ng kaso ay tinatawag na judge. He will be the one to give the rules on admissibility of evidence. Ano ba yung mga rules ng pagtanggap at hindi po pagtanggap sa mga evidence na ipine-present ng mga parties, and also yung mga procedures, and also yung order po sa loob ng court, and especially to give the verdict or yung pagpass po ng sentensya. Okay. Prosecutor, pag sinabi pong prosecutor po kasi, it controls the prosecute of criminal case and represent the state in prosecuting the law violated. So, prosecutor po is on the part of our state kasi po tayo nga po yung nalabag ang batas. So, ibig sabihin that is on behalf of the victim or the complainant, which is the state. Okay, kasi po state po natin, yung law po ng state natin ang na-violate. Okay? Legal counsel presents the defense evidence before the court. Legal counsel po or tinatawag nating defense counsel po yung abogado po nung accused. Legal counsel or defense counsel po ang tawag sa abogado nung accused. Okay. Complaining witness or the victim testifies and establish proof that a law has been violated. There was an intrusion to his or her constitutional rights and that defendant is liable thereof. So, yan po, complaining witness or the victim po will be the one to prove at magte-testify na meron nga talagang nalabag na batas at nalabag na kanyang karapatan. Okay. Defendant, yan po yung accused natin, may or may not take the witness stand. Witnesses, persons who are present the fact personally known to the case. Okay. So, ito na po yung sequence ng criminal trial natin. Okay. Ito na po yung pagkakasunod-sunod na pangyayari or gagawin po sa loob ng korte bago po magkaroon ng verdict or ng final judgment yung ating accused. Okay? So, the trial begins with the case being called from the court docket. If both the prosecution and the defense are ready, the case is presented before the court. Kaya nga po no, yung ating clerk of court na tinatawag, siya po yung unang bibigyan ng opening statement. Sabi po niyan, please rise. Okay, and then babasahin na po niya yung mga kaso na i-heard. Okay, yan po yung criminal case number 0001, People of the Philippines versus De La Cruz on the case of RA 9165. Ayan. So, ngayon, opening statements po na gagawin ng prosecution at ng defense. Sabihin po dyan, magpapakilala po yung attorney ng prosecution at ng defense. Okay? Attorney Makanlalay for the prosecution, Your Honor, and then Attorney Pineda for the defense, Your Honor, sabihin po nun. Then, pagkatapos po niyan, yan na po, magkakaroon na po ng presentation ng prosecution case. Okay, magpe-present po yung prosecution, yung kanilang mga evidences, lahat-lahat na po yan. And then after that, susunod din po yung defense party. Pe-present din po nila yung kanilang mga evidences, i-rebuttal po nila yung mga evidence na present ng prosecution. Okay? And then after that, magkakaroon po ng closing statements na naman after po nung presentation. And then after that, judge deliberation to reach verdict pag magbibigay na po ng hatol yung ating judge. Okay? And then, reading of verdict. Okay. Kung yun ay ma-acquit ba siya or sesentensyahan. Acquitted po kasi is na-found po na not guilty yung ating accused. But if that is sentensyahan po, ibig sabihin po is guilty beyond reasonable doubt. So, we have two examination to be conducted in the court when you are testifying. Meron po tayong tinatawag na direct examination and cross-examination. Okay, for example, di ba, ikaw nga na police ang magte-testify. Pag direct examination po, so ito na lang po para mas mabilis, pag direct examination po, yung prosecutor po ang magtatanong sa'yo regarding sa kaso. Okay? Pag cross-examination po is yung legal counsel or defense counsel. Okay, I repeat po pag direct examination, yung mismong abogado mo. Okay? Yung kakampi mong abogado, which is the prosecution. And then, pag cross-examination po, yan po ay yung opposing party, yung kalaban po. So, yun po yung defense counsel. Okay, andyan. I-assess po niya yung mga validity ng testimonya mo doon sa direct examination. Kumbaga, parang ifa-follow up niya yung mga naitanong doon sa direct examination. Kaya nga po cross-examination. Okay. So, testifying under direct examination. So, as a witness, what is at stake is your credibility. Okay? Credibility, when we say credibility, trustworthy ka ba? Mapagkakatiwalaan ba yung mga sabihin mo? Okay? Your professionalism, of course. And also your competence. Meron ka bang sapat na kakayahan? Your judgment, conduct in the field, adherence to the official policies, observance of defendant's rights and knowledge. So, yan po yung mga karamihan na kumbaga titirahin sa'yo bilang witness. Kasi nga, di ba, you are a police officer who is going to give his testimony. Okay? So, inadmissible statements are opinion. Ito po yung mga hindi po tinatanggap na statements. Yung opinion. For example, sa palagay ko po, Your Honor, okay, pag mga ganun po, hindi po yun tatanggapin. Okay? And also, hearsay, chismis, hindi po mga makatotohanang statements. Privileged communication, yan, na pag-discuss na po natin what is privileged communication, kagaya po nung, yun nga po yung pare, and then the penitent, the husband and the wife, the doctor and the patient, the attorney and client, and then also the public officer and the client. Okay, yun. So, statements about the character and reputation, including the past criminal record. Ayan po, hindi po pwede yan. Yung mga statements po about po sa character and reputation. Hindi po yung tinatanggap na mga statements. Guidelines for effective testimony. Syempre, you need to speak clearly, firmly, and with expression. So, you need to speak clearly. So, dapat tama yung mga sinasabi mo. Dapat firm ka. Okay? Doon sa mga sinasagot mo. Hindi po yung nagdadalawang isip ka na parang hindi ka sigurado sa mga pinagsasabi mo doon. So, hindi po pwede yun. Okay? Answer question directly. Do not volunteer information. Ito po pagka magta-testify ka bilang isang police officer, do not ever volunteer information. Kung ano lang po yung tinanong, yun lang po ang sasagutin. Okay? Pause briefly before answering. Nang sa ganun po, ma-relax po yung mind mo at masabi mo yung dapat mong sabihin. Refer to your notes if you do not recall exact details. Hindi po nakakahiya na magbase ka po sa notes mo. Actually, that's very important. Kasi nga po, for example, 10 years nang nakakalipas, yung kaso na yun, 10 years na siya. So, syempre naman po, sa 10 years na yun, marami na pong nangyari. Hindi mo naman po maaalala lahat. So, that's why, napaka-importante talaga ng mga notes natin. Kasi po, marirecall po natin lahat ng mga exact na details. Okay? Admit calmly when you do not know the answer. Okay? Hindi po nakakahiya kung sasabihin mong hindi mo alam yung sagot. Admit any mistakes you make in testifying. Avoid police jargon, sarcasm, and humor. Ito po, guys. Pag yung mga police jargon po kasi, meron po kasi mga ibang tao na hindi po naiintindihan yung mga wordings na ginagamit ng ating mga kapulisan. Okay, so avoid po natin yung mga yon, pati po yung pagiging sarcastic, at saka dapat po meron po tayong good humor, para po hindi po masama yung tingin nila sa mga kapulisan while they are testifying. And also, you need to tell the complete truth as you know it. Siyempre naman po, nag-oath ka po bago ko po mag-testify that you are going to tell the truth and nothing but the whole truth. So, dapat po sabihin mo po lahat ng mga katotohanan. What are the nonverbal factors? This pertains to the appearance, look, and movements an officer appears in court. This includes dress, eye contact, posture, gesture, distance, mannerism, rate of speech, and tone of voice. So, lahat po ng mga nasabi na yan, syempre naman po dapat po proper po lahat yan, especially your appearance, your looks, and also your movements. So, dapat talaga tindig pulis yan. Okay, yung mga mannerism, i-avoid po yung mga yan. And also, speech and tone of voice. Okay, dapat firm lahat yan. Okay. What are the strategies for excelling as a witness? Okay, ito po yung mga strategies or yung mga 10 commandments sa courtroom testimony. Number 1, relax and be yourself. Pag relax kasi yung isang tao, makakapag-isip yan ng mabuti. Okay, pero pagka tensionado ka, nervyoso ka, first time mo kasi mag-testify, okay? So, you need to practice na maging kalmado at relax, okay? Number 2, answer only questions that are before you. Kung ano lang po yung tinatanong, yun lang po ang sagutin. Do not volunteer information. Refer to your report only when allowed. Okay? Kasi po, pwede mo naman pong tanungin kay judge, Your Honor, if you mind if I am going to rely with my report or notes, okay? Kung i-approve yan ng judge, okay, pwede po yun. Paint the scene just as it was. So, when you are testifying, sabihin mo na parang fresh pa rin yung nangyari, na yun nga yung nangyari, you're just painting it while you are describing it. Parang makatotohanan. Be ready to explain why you are remembering details in court if they are not in your report. Okay, for example, hindi mo pala nilagay sa report, pero nasabi mo, explain mo kung bakit ganun. Avoid jargon or unduly difficult language. Yun nga po yung mga hindi po naiintindihan ng mga ibang tao na hindi po mga kapulisan. Siyempre, ay avoid po yun. Avoid sarcasm. Huwag po maging sarcastic kapag po nagte-testify na parang akala mo kung sino ka. Okay? Maintain your detachment. Siyempre naman po, huwag ka pong ma-attach kasi po possible po maapektuhan po yung credibility mo, maapektuhan po yung professionalism mo. Okay? You don't need to explain the law. Huwag ka po maging boastful sa loob ng court kasi alam mo naman po yung mga nandoon, mga judge, mga attorney. Okay? You don't need to explain the law. Alam po nila yon. Okay? Explanation of what you said is possible on rebuttal. So, you need to be prepare na yung mga sinabi mo ay magkakaroon po ng rebuttal doon po sa cross-examination. Yun po ay kanilang, tawag po dito yung, kumbaga, kukontrahin nila. Okay. Expert testimony must. So, pag sinabi po kasi expert testimony, ito na po yung mga ballistician, yung mga medical legal expert, yung mga fingerprint expert, polygraphists, and so on. Okay? Ito po, present or prior employment in the specific field. Okay? Sabihin mo po na ikaw po ay employed sa ganito. Dapat po related po dun sa field na kinandak mo. For example, ikaw ay nagkandak ng ballistic report. So, syempre, dapat po, ikaw po ay employed as ballistician. Okay? Active membership in a professional group in the field. Research work in the field. Educational degree directly related to the field. Criminologist po, pwede po maging ballistician, maging fingerprint expert, polygraphist, and so on. Direct experience with the subject if not employed in the field, and papers or treatise or books published on the subject, or your experience in it. Kung meron ka man po mga experience, i-show mo po yon nang sa ganun, mapatunayan mo na ikaw po ay capable na mag-testify bilang isang expert witness. Ito na po guys, yung magte-testify po under cross-examine. Ito po yung medyo mahirap po. Okay? Kasi nga po 'di ba, bilang isang pulis, Kung yung prosecution lang po magtatanong sa'yo, okay lang po yun kasi po puros mga positive yan ang mga tatanungin. Pero po kasi pag cross-examination na po yung tinutukoy natin, okay, yan na po yung mga possibilities ng mga rebuttal doon sa mga sinabi mo doon sa direct examination. Sa cross-examination kasi po, ang magtatanong sa'yo dito ay yung abogado po nung nasasakdal or yung defense counsel. Okay. Cross-examination is usually the most difficult part of testifying. Okay. The defense attorney will attempt to cast doubt on your direct testimony in an effort to win an acquittal for the defendant. Okay, kasi nga po 'di ba, titirahin yung mga credibility mo, yung mga competencies mo, yung professionalism mo, yung mga naging testimonya mo under the direct examination. Okay? Ayan, lahat yan, kokontrahin niya nang sa ganon, magkaroon ng acquittal doon sa part ng defendant. Okay? So, during cross-examination, the defense attorney might, okay, ito po yung mga possible na gagawin ng defense attorney or defense counsel. Be disarmingly, friendly, or intimidating rude. Pwede po siya maging bastos. In a way na katanggap-tanggap po yung panalita niya doon sa court. Okay? Meron po kasi mga sarcastic din or mga rude na mga abogado. I-intimidate ka bilang isang witness. 'Di ba? Minsan pag na-intimidate tayo, nawawala yung focus natin. Okay, and so on. Attack your credibility and impartiality. Ayan nga po yung sinabi ko kanina, pwede po niyang i-attack yung part ng kredibilidad mo, kung ikaw ba ay mapagkakatiwalaan, totoo ba yung mga sinasabi mo, partial ka ba, equal ka ba, okay? Attack your investigative skills, okay? Pag kasi inatake yung mga investigative skills mo, siguro maganda if you are going to show your experiences, the papers you obtain from your trainings, from your workshops, seminars, yun po. Attempt to force contradiction or inconsistencies. Okay? Pwede po niyang i-pwersahin na kontra lahat ng mga sinasabi mo. Baka kasi merong pagkakataon na pagka ganun yung nangyayari is parang nawawalan ka na sa focus mo, nagkakaroon na ng inconsistency, hindi na pare-pareho yung mga sinasagot mo. Well, in fact, iisa lang naman yung tanong, okay? Ask leading question or deliberately misquote you. Ask for simple answer to a complex question. Minsan, no, yan, nagtatanong sila ng simple na sagot gamit ng mahirap na question. Use a rapid-fire questioning. Ayan yung mga medyo mahirap. Magugulat ka dyan kasi bigla-bigla na lang magtatanong ng mga mabilisan. Okay, wherein hindi ka na makapag kwan doon sa mind mo. Kaya nga po sabi ko na sa 10 Commandments, relax and be yourself. Huwag ka pong ma-intimidate, huwag ka pong maapektuhan doon sa way ng pagtatanong noong defense attorney. Use the silent treatment. Okay. Concluding your testimony, do not leave the stand until instructed to do so by the counsel or court. So, pag sinabi na po na pwede na siyang umalis doon ka pa lang po pwedeng umalis. Okay? As you leave the witness stand, do not pay special attention to the prosecution or defense counsel or the defendant. Return immediately to your seat in the courtroom. Okay? So, wag ka na pong makipag-contact doon sa or mag-show ng attention doon sa prosecutor, sa defense counsel, or sa defendant. Doon ka na lang po, bumalik ka na lang po sa upuan mo. Or, you may leave the room if you have been sequestered. Pag wala ka na pong gagawin doon, sinabi na hindi ka na po tatawagin, yan, you can now leave. If you are told you may be needed for further testimony, remain available. If told you are no longer needed, leave the courtroom and resume your normal duties and activities. To remain gives the impression you have a special interest in the case. So, as a summary, To prosecute or not to prosecute is often a question. Some cases are new and prosecuted because the complaint is invalid. It is exceptionally cleared or leads exist if the decision is made to prosecute through preparation. Okay? So, we all know talaga guys na sobrang mahirap po ang role ng mga kapulisan natin. So, hindi lang po talaga yan basta-basta na pag-iimbestiga lang, pagpapatrolya, pag-aresto sa mga masasamang tao, okay? Hindi lang po yung mga yon, but also, they are also playing the very vital role sa pagtitestimony po sa loob ng korte para po mabigay lang po ng hustisya sa ating mga victim or ganun din sa ating state. Okay? So, wag po nating ganon na binababa lang po yung mga kapulisan natin because we all know that they are one of the biggest person in our criminal justice system. So, hanggang doon lamang po yung discussion natin. So, that is our last chapter, the court presentation. So, medyo madilim lang po yung pagkaka-video ko ngayon, but I am surely that na-discuss ko naman po ng mabuti yung content ng ating last topic. So, please bear with me na lang po sa video natin. Pero okay naman po yung presentation. So, hanggang dun lamang po yung topic natin for the whole semester. So, thank you and I know that you are now happy because tapos na po yung ating course or yung ating subject. So, thank you, stay safe and have a good day.